Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
We got a show for you tonight.
Yep.
Right off the bat, I want to apologize for anybody that got bombarded with notifications today. There were some weird issues with, and I guess this dates this podcast, but there were some weird issues with YouTube's oh, there's the ad? Wonderful, yeah. Weird issues with YouTube's publishing tool, and some videos that had been set to publish just were unlisted, and so when I published them, they just got published a second time. So,
All right. There you go.
two of those, and then we have two announcements, just one ad. That's what it's supposed to be. Good, awesome, wonderful. Thank you for watching that ad and supporting us.
Yes.
Instead of five. We have two announcements at the start of the show. Mine's a small announcement. We have Guild now in Guild Wars 2, the Full Spectrum Guild. Ponied up the gold for it. We don't yet have a guild hall. One day.
Okay.
One day. We'll have a guild hall. We'll have all the cool stuff. But if you want to join the guild, hit me up on Guild Wars 2, and we'll see what we can do there. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You can hit me up on Landreval if you want to play Lord of the Rings online. I have a kinship island.
So the video that I was going to put out today, which is going to go up tomorrow instead, is like a 20-second video of me going, hey, we made a guild. There's nothing here. And that's the whole video. But speaking of Lord of the Rings Online and Guild Wars 2 and guild stuff, the other announcements that we have is that yesterday, the inaugural episode of a new series went up on the channel.
Yes.
Which is Mmo Mondays.
Yes. Yeah, we're starting out with the with Lord. I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online.
Mhm.
We ran a test run yesterday, which sounded fine while streaming, but when it came back up, the re-upload, I'm really mixing that. That won't be a problem again.
Right.
But yeah, that'll be every Monday. Same. I want to say same bat time and same bat channel, but I don't want to get sued, you know.
Right. Same
But
MMO time, same podcast channel.
Yeah. Same channel, same time. So we'll be on. You'll be able to join us here for different topics throughout the week, from on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Mhm.
We'll start at 7:00 with the pre-show. Talk for a few minutes, get stuff figured out.
Internet that Disney acquired the right to Dragon Ball Z. I did see that rumor today, Iggy. I couldn't find a source for it, so I didn't put it on the docket, but I did see that rumor today that Disney had purchased Dragon Ball Z from Toriyama. I can't ever imagine Toriyama selling it, but, I mean, Disney money.
Well, acquiring the right to say, hey, that could be set up as like, no, we want to do one movie.
Yeah, it could be a partnership instead of a purchase.
Yeah, or we want to, or that might be a little bit overblown thing of, hey, we would like to bring Dragon Ball Z to Disney Plus.
Yeah, it very well could be. Especially when it comes to rumors, even an out of context screenshot can very quickly spiral. It could be a bunch of different things, but I did see that rumor, and I'm really curious where that goes. I was going to mention too on Mmo Mondays, if you like hanging out with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's great. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do freeform and we do derail and we do talk about stuff, but we do have a docket, right? Mmo Mondays is like the real opportunity to get in there and ask the hard hitting questions.
Yeah, you appreciate that, Trey. Yeah. If you have any complaints, please email Trey.
That's right. fullspectrumpodcast@gmail.com. No, I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And it's Lotro is what you did Monday, and I think you're going to do Lotro again for the next little while. And then at some point, I want to get in there with the Guild Wars, and then I really want to dip into some of those weird MMOs that Josh Strife Hayes plays all the time.
I
think there's no way to know. There's Dragon Ball is such a weird property because I would have said no, nothing is ever going to get pushed. But then we got a Dragon Ball Z movie where they made Goku white. And man, after that, I don't know what's gonna happen anymore with live action Dragon Ball. You cannot convince me it's ever going to be good.
Sometimes it just shouldn't be live action.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it just shouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
My gosh.
White Goku going to school. Just
Yeah.
I don't know. We should probably start into the actual like meat of this podcast.
All right, there we go.
How's your week been, Rungren?
All right, man. I binged movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Week. I don't know. I do that every once in a while, and it was a good time for it. So I watched a lot. I watched all the new Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure I was caught up on all those, which I really enjoyed. I thought they did. I think that when you do something like that, sometimes it's obvious to tell when the people don't have any clue about the history, right?
Right.
This is definitely not one of those situations. I thought it was cast really well. I thought the story was done great. I thought it hit. It had all of. If you go through the whole thing and you know some of the past movies, some of the past history, all the little things in there. Mothra's sacrifice. I don't know. There's so much. Hey, Dark. Glad you're here.
Glad you're here, Dark.
But I loved all that. The only thing that was missing for me, Ken Watanabe's character.
Yeah.
I know why. But he should have had a cigarette.
I understand.
Smoking a cigarette, and if you know enough Godzilla, you'll understand my feelings. I know why they didn't do it. It's not proper now. The new ones, the new one, start in 2014.
Yeah, I don't know what the name for that.
The MonsterVerse.
Yeah. We'll just put MonsterVerse on there because it's the later stuff that was all made over here.
So I think if I got the timeline right, the first one's 2014 with that Godzilla, and then you have
King of the Monsters,
and Skull Island.
Yeah,
and then it stopped, and the oh man, that battle, that final battle was just epic. Everything that my little childhood brain watching the monster movies when I was a kid,
how
it looked and how that went in my head, like that was now I can see it and I see that on screen now.
Yeah.
And, I got excited. I liked it. I thought they did a pretty good job. Do we need to you want to put it spoiler boo?
Yeah, we can put it spoiler boo.
I was trying to kind of speak around it out not necessarily out of context, but without giving context to what's in the story. But we put that up. If you want me to go into spoilers, I will.
Mickey Mouse ruined everything he touches. I mean, look, you're going to have a hard time finding people that don't agree with you when it comes to what Disney has done to media in a lot of places on the internet. I think there was a time where people would have gone to bat for Disney, but...
Well, yeah. That movie...
And that's what I was gonna say in regards to the MonsterVerse movies, is that I think they're very good. I like them, but I still prefer the older stuff, just because I feel like while it has
this is a westernized.
Yeah,
this is taken westernized, right?
Yeah,
and we actually talked about this when that movie was discussed,
right?
And you asked me how I thought it should end, and I said if it in Japan, Godzilla should just whip the crap out of King Kong. If in the United States, King Kong should win because that's what they did with the original.
Right, it is. I still think Godzilla should win every time, but I understand.
Yeah. But the reason,
the
reason why Godzilla didn't just wipe out King Kong, is his arrogance.
Yeah, it is.
No, you bow.
Yeah,
you bow. That's all.
He is the king.
Yeah, he is a king.
I
And
will freely admit I am Godzilla biased.
oh yeah.
But I also think even if you're not Godzilla biased, in a raw strength battle between those two, Godzilla should be winning every time.
And if you notice the only advantage, the big advantage in it was Kong had a weapon taken
Yeah.
from, you know,
Yeah.
Europe. I thought it was done really well because at the end, as prideful as Kong is, Godzilla walks by,
Yeah.
gives him a look, and he stays down.
Yeah.
So I think there's if you think of them as just beasts going
Right.
at it, then yeah, then it might. But they're not stupid.
And that's what
Not,
makes Godzilla special, right? Like Godzilla and King Kong as well, I suppose, but Godzilla has always been different. He's not just the beast. He is malice originally. He is malice and hate given form. And then as the years go by, that hate starts to fade and is replaced instead with a actual admiration for the beauty of this world that he's been born into, that leads to a desire to, hey, I don't want you to have it. It's mine. I'm the king.
Yes. Yeah. And there's I don't know, man. I thought it was done really well. I thought it was it really got me. It made me kind of smile because Japanese culture and American culture, I mean, you take a good look at it, it's completely different.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that we import from each other,
Mm-hmm.
that I just find amazing, and I don't know, and that was one of them. I
don't
don't
think
know.
it's bad, Will, for this one to be the only one you knew until later. I think it's still pretty solid for an entry. It's just not Godzilla versus Gigan,
Yeah, and that's a different thing. I think it's definitely a better one because the Godzilla before in 2007 was terrible. That's not Godzilla.
No, it's not. That's a Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah, that's not Godzilla.
No, it's sure not.
But yeah, no, I think this is a cool introduction because once you get in the lore, you're not going to be able to watch everything and read everything, especially when it comes to Godzilla.
No, there's so much.
Yeah, I prefer Godzilla more than King Kong.
So much.
There's different timelines.
Yep.
You're talking. There's different versions.
There's 4 Godzillas.
Yeah. Depending on where you go, and it's just a whole lore about it.
Mm-hmm.
And look, if the American public would have embraced King Kong the way the Japanese public embraced Godzilla, we would have a different looking King Kong. It would be
for sure
statue. And there was there's a lot more than 4.
I'm not counting the ones that took the name. I'm counting 4 that were actually Godzilla, and then the others that later on got the name of Godzilla. And that's not even counting like Kiryu, who discards being Godzilla to become something much worse.
Yeah. And then
Space Godzilla?
And then you got, Shin Godzilla.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's good. If you're bored one evening, go find the old one and watch it.
Yeah.
Just to catch what started the whole thing.
Also, if you want to watch a Godzilla movie that doesn't like hold any of the rest of like the Godzilla timeline in account at all and just goes complete nonsense goofiness, watch Godzilla vs. Jet Jaguar. Because Godzilla vs. Jet Jaguar is the most incredible Godzilla movie you're ever going to see. And you're going to love it, but you're not going to be able to look at Godzilla and Shin Godzilla and go, yeah, these are the same people. Because
it makes me think. Great. We could probably talk for 2 hours about this, but it kind of makes me wonder, because there comes a time in Godzilla's, in that lore and all those stories and everything, where there becomes a question of what is more detrimental, to kill Godzilla
Right.
or try to just try to avoid him.
Oh yeah, Destroy All Monsters is an incredible movie, and if you've never seen it, the Godzilla Ultraman team up, where Ultraman is obviously like the hero, right? And Godzilla gives Ultraman like a thumbs up, and then you just see this look of confusion. You can't see Ultraman's in his mask. You can't see his eyes, but you see just like a slight head tilt of like, but you're not a good guy, are you?
Yeah, I was wondering when he became the get deep with Godzilla here, because Godzilla becomes a force for balance at some point in there, not just a force of destruction.
Right.
And I don't know where that point comes in the storyline. Like in the history of it, it may be within the first one. I would have to go back and watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy. The auto mod caught those. Let me get that there.
Something happened?
There we go. Now I can see it. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to do anything else. If Disney, why would it respect the original story?
Oh yeah. The
YouTube's auto mod is weird.
Overall, though, as a whole, it's got some high points and low points. It's got some really silly scenes. Just this new MonsterVerse, over it that they put out. But I think there's some definite respect in there for the original sources of it.
Yeah.
Overall, man. I would give it a check mark. I'd give it a thumbs up.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Give it a watch.
Yeah.
If you get to come across it.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think it's 4 movies. Yes. And what else?
Enjoy your meal, Will. Enjoy your meal.
Oh man, I did watch the first half of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The second half of it's coming out next month. Yes, next month.
I have yet to watch that show.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Any of it?
Any of it?
Okay.
No.
I think it's really funny. I don't know, it just cracks me up because like Kate Bush hadn't talked to anybody, the singer of Running Up That Hill.
Yeah.
Or she rarely does, and just like obviously because of this, she's back in, exploding.
Yeah.
I think the last time I don't know, millions and millions upon millions of views, which of course she's loving.
Right. I'm sure.
Giving it back to it. It's just weird because we've got Kate Bush recharted. Actually, that song recharted.
Yeah.
On the Billboard. So we got Kate Bush on the Billboard, Top Gun in the box office. Cold War with Russia.
Yeah.
I know history repeats, but come on.
It doesn't have to repeat exactly.
Wild. No, but I'll say this, man. I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it a lot.
Yeah.
I know how you feel about Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
And that might seem a little part of it, but there's more to it than that. I think you would really enjoy it. Okay. Once again, it drags in some spots.
Right.
But overall, man, it's pretty good, especially with the D&D references.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good
I'll
stuff.
have to check it out. It's been on my radar for a long time, and I just never have.
I'll leave off digging too deep into it. I'll do that. I'll try to think of anything else done this week. I watched a couple other just stuff. What was it? Outside the Wire?
Okay.
And that's on Netflix. That was pretty good. And one other. What did I watch? I don't remember. Oh. So, I got to go on this one. I watched Original Sin.
Okay.
Bruce Willis' last movie.
Right.
It's okay. But I know about, what's going on with Bruce. And that just makes it really depressing.
Yeah.
And man, watching it, what makes that movie not work is them trying to work around him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's not good, man.
Yeah. Iggy
But
asks, who should replace Ezra Miller in the Flash movie?
well,
Uh,
hey, who what Flash are we going for?
well, they're going
Barry Allen, right?
Barry Allen, yeah.
Yeah. But they may, we could go I don't know, Barry Allen.
The problem is the people that I'd like to see are already in that universe or in Marvel universe, and I doubt DC wants to hire them to do both.
Just hire Evan Peterson. He already knows how to play.
Well, that's true. Because my first thought was Oscar Isaac, but
I see once again. I'm sorry, I'm overthinking it. But, look, I don't like the way they set up that universe.
Oh yeah, no. If we're talking about the DCU, the DC Cinematic Universe, it's not great.
No, and I don't like Ben Affleck, but he did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
I enjoyed that Batman. He's in the wrong timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have him be that Batman and everybody else be kids.
Yeah, I agree.
I
guess maybe if I'm pressed.
I'm trying to think.
What is his name? The guy that played I want him to like retool the character though. That's my problem. Is because you give me Nicolas Coster-Waldau as the Flash, like an older Flash that is like, yeah, we're good, but
I want Zach and Cody to play it.
Yeah, the what's their name, Wallace or whatever. Yeah,
I want Zach and Cody to play it. And look, I have finally matched Godspeed and can be two places at once.
Oh, very nervous about following links live on stream.
Oh,
okay, that's a good image.
I've seen that one.
That's a good image.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I like that one. There's a channel. I'll try to remember and to find the channel that does some really great comparisons.
I'm gonna throw this as a challenge to the chat. If you follow that link, which of those Godzillas do you think I consider my Godzilla?
Okay. I'm down.
Yeah, interesting thing to see.
Thank you, Dark, for specifying on here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Which of these Godzillas, for the sake of the YouTube crowd, I'll put it up here. Which of these Godzillas is my Godzilla?
Oh, man.
All right, I'll tell you later. I'll leave this up here and I'll tell you which one it is later. We'll see if we get any response on that. Oh, 1984. That's a good choice. It's not that one, but that's a good choice. 84, 89.
Oh, man.
It is 89. It is 1989 Godzilla. That is my Godzilla because I was born in 1990, and that is the first one that I saw.
Oh, heck yeah. Throw on the VHS, baby.
Yep. 91 is very good. And 94 is the 92 to 94 is the Space Godzilla, and that suit is really nice. We could just keep talking about Godzilla. I'm not going to lie to you. I am such a Godzilla nerd, and I hold it back always.
I know. We'd have the whole show on this, but we'll get to nothing else. I'm gonna cut myself off there.
Yeah, that's fair.
How was your week?
Well, I did some digging about Godzilla suits. No. My week's, it's been a busy week. I did a lot of like not working on the channel stuff, a lot of trying to help my family with stuff and trying to help my mom with a project she's working on, and then getting ready to go out of town. But I've still been playing some Guild Wars 2 for the channel. Got my Ranger to 80 along with my girlfriend. She got her Ranger to 80, and so now we can do some stuff there. try and get her first impressions on like World v World and stuff like that she couldn't access before. The rest of the mounts. That game still continues to be really good to play with other people. That is a very fun MMO to play with people in a party because of the way the scaling works. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The fact that I get to have all my abilities even when I'm in a level 5 area is great. Don't take my abilities away from me, please. But yeah, that game just continues to be fun. We started a guild, and there's nothing in it right now. But eventually, there'll be stuff there, and if people want to join, they can. It's the Full Spectrum Guild on Guild Wars 2. Just hit us up. And then, yeah, for my week, other than that, really all that I've done is we watched some more Taskmaster, and we're on Series 8 now. And Series 8 is the last one that I've seen. I haven't seen 9 or 10. So we're working our way through that because my girlfriend had never seen Taskmaster. So I'm really excited about that there. And then how far into Gundam? Well, to give a Mobile Suit Gundam update, we are pretty deep into the series now.
33? Episode 33?
Yeah, episode 33. Cool. We have just left Luna 2. So,
yes.
What is Taskmaster? Okay,
it's a British show.
We gotta cycle back around to Taskmaster here,
and it's very, very British.
Yeah, it is. In it.
There's a lot of H's missing.
Yeah.
No, it's really comedians.
It is.
They get a lot of like stand up or I believe from some sitcoms and stuff, and they challenge them to do different things. And it's hilarious. And Russell Brand's been on there.
Yeah. James A. Caster, No Fielding.
Yeah.
Mel Gedroych. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it is the best game show idea I've ever seen.
It's second to me, but I have a soft spot for Whose Line Is It Anyway?
That's fair. That's fair.
But on both of those, I have physically hurt myself laughing.
Yeah, that's fair. You can watch up through Series 8 on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
They are continue adding more, so like Series 9 will be the next one added on. But it is basically, hey, 5 comedians get given tasks to do, and there's rules that they have to abide by with the tasks, and sometimes they try to cheat, and sometimes they don't. And whoever does it the best should win the points, but there's also a judge called the Taskmaster who gets to choose whether they win the points or not. So
yeah, and if they're cheating, so to speak, doesn't actually break the rules, he may give it to him.
Yep.
It's like, all right, you did everything on the card. So,
or they might beg for him not to give it to him, or to give it to him, and so he doesn't give it to them.
Yes.
It's a fun show, and definitely one I think people should check out.
Very well set up. Game show, very tongue-in-cheek. Good to watch.
Yeah, it's fun. Speaking of fun...
Mrs. Brown's Boys?
No, I was going to say let's move into reviews, but okay.
No, okay. Go for it.
We've got a lot of games to cover on reviews tonight. We got a lot of... I say a lot. It feels like a lot because it's like 5. Games haven't been coming out this year.
No.
So, feels like a lot. But we're starting off with Mario Strikers Battle League.
Which is the Mario soccer or football, depending where you are, game. Go through that. Now, there have been a few of these, right?
This is the newest in that series.
Yeah, I don't remember how many.
I think this is the 3rd one because it was Mario Strikers, then Mario Strikers Supercharged, and then now Mario Strikers Battle League.
Was it?
There might have been a 4th one. I can double check on that.
Was one of them on the thing? Okay, I'm going to give them 86 because I know Nintendo Power writes from reviews, and
Yeah, that's fair.
going 86.
This is the third one.
Third one, okay.
Also, to clarify for anybody that is new to the podcast, the way that we do our review game, because it's been a couple weeks since we've been able to do it, we let everybody guess scores, and then we go to the X, and we push the button, and when the light turns green, I tell you if you were right or wrong. And anybody, the ad, an ad popped up just then. Oh no! No, what a time for ads.
Right. Oh, great. You need to figure out how. I bet there's some kind of thing we can put in that counts down, that we can see that'll count down to the ad.
Yeah, there's got to be something like an ad countdown.
Yeah, it should. The ad should be fixed. I appreciate y'all for letting us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare before. But
all right.
Give it a second, let everybody okay.
All right.
Yeah, so the way that it works is after the axe tells us it's time to go, which it always does, then we will know that it is time for me to reveal the scores. And if you were right, you get put on the Ice Cream Wall of Fame for the week. And if you're not, then you just don't. Sorry. But
ice cream.
The score was, let me get the chat up here to see if anybody got it right. The score was 74.
Oh man, a couple got close.
Yep, 70 and 72 Dark, there.
Yeah, Dark came up 2 points. I saw that one. I think did somebody give it 76?
I didn't see a 76.
Okay. It went by too fast. Dang, all right.
Very, very close. I got some reviews for you here. And let's see if based on these blurbs you can figure out what the score is. And for everybody who's like, we know how this game works, Trey, why are you explaining it? Every podcast could be somebody's first. So we haven't had a review for them in a while, but I'm excited for this one. It's the Daily Star. Do you remember them?
No, go for it.
You're gonna remember them. They say, either way, this is a wonderful addition to the Switch catalog and well worth the £50 fee. It'll last you all summer and beyond.
All right.
What's the specificity for summer? What?
That's because they're gonna pay. If you're paying £50 for it, you don't. Maybe you don't have near as much football to watch during the summer.
I guess so.
So this will get you through it.
I did say specificity.
But this will get you through it. So even when the season starts again,
it's true.
You'll still want to play this.
It was 74, Dark. I also have a review here for you from an outlet we've never covered before that only reviews soccer games or football games.
Really? Okay.
Called Tom's Hardware Italia. And they say, Mario Strikers Battle League Football not only succeeds in bringing Nintendo's famous football series back into vogue with a chapter that is solid in almost every aspect, but above all succeeds in distancing itself from the experiences offered by Camelot's Mario Tennis and Mario Golf Dilogies.
That's it?
That's
it?
That's it.
Okay. It wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I don't have any other reviews, but to smash it kind of seems a little bit short. But that's all the only types of
only
games
review football games.
Interesting.
What is a dilogy? I wish I could tell you.
I don't know.
I have 2 more for you, and I'm picking fewer reviews because we have so many reviews to cover.
Okay.
But why though says Mario Strikers Battle League may be bare bones, but that doesn't mean it isn't fun. More characters, customization options, and game modes could really help improve the game, but the package delivered on release still holds incredible replay value. It's a game worth coming back to over and over again, whether with friends or by yourself. Over-the-top action and the stylized Mario look make Mario Strikers Battle League one of the most fun sports game experiences. I just hope more is added soon so it doesn't get stale after a few months.
That's a pretty good review.
It's pretty solid.
I mean, it's buzzwordy.
Yeah.
The over the top. Yeah, but I don't know. At least that one. I don't know. That one actually told me something. I feel.
And then I have Attack of the Fanboy for you here.
All right.
Who says Mario Strikers Battle League is a game that's carried mostly by its local multiplayer and gameplay. The game is carried mostly by its gameplay? What? There was so much missed potential for this game to shine brighter than its predecessors. From the lack of single-player modes, content, and limitations to its online, it's very tough to justify buying the game in its current state. What do you think the recommended score is based on those?
66.
Okay. Said we could go.
Right.
Boy, it sounds so great with those new batteries, too. 54 is the right answer.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. If you like football and you like football games, you might like this one. But otherwise...
Wow.
And none of the reviews really said that except for Attack of the Fanboy. It has so many sevens. And those people said, nah, I won't recommend this.
Why?
It has, I'm going to count them out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 sevens. And those people said, nah, I'm not going to recommend it, though. Then why'd you give it a 7?
Don't know. That's all right. All right.
And yes, dear viewer, I had to read all of those reviews to find the 4 that I talked about. All right. Next up, we have a game near and dear to our hearts, I do believe. A brand new TMNT game, Shredder's Revenge.
Did we skip one?
Did I do it? Oh, I did. I have them the wrong order in my tabs. I am so sorry.
Okay. That's all right. We can do that one, but
I definitely have them in the wrong order in my tabs. Okay. Shredder's Revenge. I chose 7 because I like the number. It's possible. So, obviously, this is a brand new game in the TMNT saga. You know, the very popular TMNT series.
Yes.
Hasn't been a new one of these in a while.
Right. Now, I'm not biased, but 99.
Okay. I mean, I get it, Dark. I do. You don't always have to recommend something if you like it. But,
right?
You know, if you're reviewing a soccer game, you should probably be recommending it on whether or not it's a good soccer game.
Yeah. All right.
The X said we can go, and the score is 87.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty good score.
All right. I have a really interesting one for you to start off. Hey, Poor Player says, look, I know I've been piling on the praise in this review, but believe me when I say this is a game that deserves every last bit of it. I've probably played hundreds of them over the years. However, precious few managed to do what .emu and Tribute Games have managed to do here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is nothing short of lightning in a bottle. One of those rare examples of a game that simply doesn't miss a beat from the moment it starts until the credits roll. Sure, you may come from the nostalgia and irresistible retro-inspired presentation, but it's the rock-solid core mechanics that offer the perfect balance of depth and approachability that will keep you coming back time and time again. If that sounds even remotely up your alley, then go Ninja, go Ninja, go! And add this game to your collection. It's a true testament to turtle power. It sure is.
Oh my gosh! All right, that was a good review.
It is.
It was a good review from someone who's like, look, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. I have another one here for you from an outlet we've never covered before.
Okay.
Called Video Games Are Good. Tribute Games, working with a property so near and dear to the whole generation's sentimental hearts, somehow managed to honor TMNT's roots both in gaming and in general, while providing an experience worthy of a pedestal right alongside its many inspirations, if not above them. The cover band has become so much more, and I look forward to the day when we look back and see Tribute Games' greatest hits laid out in front of us.
An interesting review.
I thought so. I have one more for you here. This one is from Gaming Trend.
All right.
Welcome back, Will. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge feels like it's designed from a Ninja Turtles arcade beat-em-up template, which strips it of creativity and originality and makes it feel predictable and familiar. But the fluid combat continually sucks me back in, even though that also suffers from combat designs that should have been left in the past. Which tells me, it reads to me as, I like it and I enjoy playing it, but it feels like the old ones, which for some reason is a bad thing.
Yeah. I don't. Where are you going with that review? Do you like it or not?
I don't.
Isn't this a nostalgia grab?
Yeah.
They just want to make sure they do it right.
Right.
So, all right.
So what do you think the recommended score is based on those reviews?
I'll get a little more serious with this one. I think 92.
Okay.
Might not be that high, but I think they're going to give a good review on it.
It's a retro game. You can't complain about a retro game being made retro style, being retro style. Exactly. This cake that you baked me is a cake? Yeah, it wasn't trying to be anything more than a cake. It just needed to be a cake, man. We got a 90, a 92, a 71, and a 92. The score is 98%.
Wow. All right. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty high recommended. That means everybody but one person, probably that person, said, yes, you should play this game. And it has a bunch of reviews. It's not like it just has a couple. 90 reviews.
There you go.
90 reviews, and one person said, no, I don't recommend it.
Oh, great.
Next up is the one that was supposed to go before this one. Fire Emblem Warriors, 3 Hopes.
Okay. This is another game with a bit of history. So, do they go for the hipster score? Or they try to be cool and drag it if too many hipsters like it? I don't know, man. I'm gonna give this one 85.
Okay. For anybody who doesn't know, this is the game based on the Fire Emblem 3 Houses, while also being in the Fire Emblem Warrior series. So it's Fire Emblem 3 Houses, but in Dynasty Warrior style. So, 289s, twinsies. I'm going to sneeze again in a minute.
That's all right. There it goes. That's what we'll use at the axe that loses batteries again.
Sneezes?
Yes.
At least the stream didn't have to hear it.
Are you allergic to good looks? Do I need to turn my camera?
I'm allergic to high scores. No, the score's an 80.
Not bad. About average.
Let me read a couple of these for you here. Let's start off with God is a Geek. We've covered them a couple times. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes takes the game you loved, spins a new yarn, and throws hack-and-slash combat in for good measure to create a fun, accessible experience that's incredible value for the money. I wish they had extrapolated on that and told me why it is.
Yeah. That happens. That seems to happen quite a bit.
Yeah.
Of just like, hey, you've got 2 sentences. You know, we need a review tweet.
Yeah.
I don't want a review tweet.
I agree. We have Well Played here, who says Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes succeeds admirably as both a spin-off stacked with fan service that truly understands the source material and as a compelling take on the Warriors format. It's not going to win over any detractors of Muso-style gameplay, and it starts to buckle under the weight of repetition by the end, but if you're a fan of 3 Houses and can handle that, you're in for a treat.
That sounds like a pretty fair review.
I think so.
Hey, I'm actually going to take into consideration that people just don't like this style of gameplay.
Yep.
Let them know that this is not the game to try out to change their mind. No, that
more bad. The same, And that's not a bad thing, but you need to know it's more of the same.
Yeah.
And then for our final review for this game today, Fire Emblem, this is from Metro Game Central. Fire Emblem should be the perfect partner for Dynasty Warrior style action, but this incompetently made crossover squanders its potential on trite fan service and hollow gameplay. Do these people know there was already a crossover for Fire Emblem and Dynasty Warriors? Or
I'll tell you really feel. hey, they put it out there. I know that critic didn't like it. So.
Yeah. Also, I want to clarify, before anybody's like, fan service, does that mean there's boobs? That's not what they mean by fan service in this review. They mean fan service as in it references 3 houses the game it's based on.
Yeah.
Why would that be trite fan service when it's literally that game but a Muso? That would be like going, hey, you got your Mario Muso here, but it references when he gets a mushroom, he gets bigger. That's trite fan service right there. It's like, that's just, it's the way it works in that universe. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I think it either miss the point of miss the point of the game, or you just hated it that bad.
The fan services here is, hey, Dedue takes less damage because Dedue's personal skill in the original game makes it where he takes 4 less damage when he's attacked. That's the kind of fan service we're talking about here.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell me. I can understand if it was overdone or they didn't change anything, so it's too overpriced or something like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the point. Anyway, I think that was going to bring my
score down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that person also just read fan service and went, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, or they just don't like Fire Emblem. It's possible they just don't like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Or Dynasty Warriors.
I played this game right if they broke up with somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
No. So
that person's name was Trite Fan Service.
And so for my scores, to quote 2 great heroes, 69, dude.
All right. The score is 76, which Dark just put in as I said it. All right, Dark. You get to be on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah. That was great. Perfect timing.
All right. Right now, it's just your name up there, Dark, so you get to be in the middle of it, too.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it was right before I said it that post came through. That was crazy. All right. Next up, then, as we continue on our train, if you haven't been on the board before, this is your chance because we got 2 more games to go. Next up is the Capcom Fighting Collection.
Okay. We should know what this is, right?
Yes. And I have looked it up to get the full list of games.
All right, give us a full list of games right quick.
All right. It is Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Red Earth, Cyberbots, Full Madness, Darkstalkers The Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, The Lord of Vampire, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior 2, The Lord of Vampire, Street Fighter 2, Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition, Super Gym Fighter Mini Max, and that is the standard version. The Capcom Fighting Bundle also comes with Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, as well as some extra music and extra illustrations. And finally, 3 Wonders for the arcade.
I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go around 73.
Okay. Yeah, if you like fighting games, it's a great deal, but it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's not like $20.
Right.
Especially if you're somebody that collects fighting games, this is a great deal for you. But otherwise,
Yeah.
said we could go.
Go.
Score is $77.
Okay. Okay, a little bit higher. We're all a bit low. This should so what is okay with 60? So what is the price on it?
I believe it's full price. Let me double check, but I believe it's full
It's
price.
going to be a $60 game.
Yeah.
Because they're saying this should be around $20 to $30.
If it was on Xbox Live, that's what it would have been. It is 40. I'm sorry, it is $39.99.
Yeah.
Hey, Poor Player says, Capcom Fighting Collection is a must-own for Darkstalkers fans, but even those who aren't in love with the series should consider it. There's enough variety in titles, interesting games, which could use more exposure, beloved classics, which hold up, to keep players busy for a long time. Add in excellent supplemental materials and killer online play, and it stands among the best fighting game collections ever released. Should specify, if you want all that extra stuff I was talking about, that brings it up to 60.
Okay, yeah, see, that goes into what Dark was saying earlier, and I think you brought up as well about, hey, that if you like fighting games, it's a good thing. Well, yeah, if you like fighting games, then you're looking at the $60 price point.
Yeah, you want all that extra. I want to bring up this one specifically because this is Nintendo Life talking about it on the Switch. And they say, Capcom Fighting Collection does exactly what it sets out to do, and bar a very few minor presentational oversights, is a product with years of longevity. It's a shame to lose those bonus characters present in previous console releases, and you do need to consider what appeals to you when considering a purchase. If you want the best Darkstalkers collection, look no further. If you want to experience Red Earth and take it online, the time has finally arrived. Or, for Street Fighter II diehards, Anniversary Edition's modernized netcode really lets you be a world warrior. Bar Red Earth, however, this isn't the first time these games have been released, and it surely won't be the last. A purchasing decision comes down to how many times you have bought these titles before, how much time you spend on MAME, which has been a viable, albeit illegal option for years, and whether or not you want the most polished, accurate, easy-access fighting game experience to date, either at home, on your TV, or portably on the go. If you fall into the latter category, it's a no-brainer. I love that review, because that review goes, hey, yeah, it works. But these are things you should probably consider if you're thinking about just buying this.
Yeah. I like that's funny. I know it's on their product, but it's not their product.
Right.
That's probably one of the best reviews I've heard. Them, honestly.
They're also the only outlet that brings up that the bonus characters aren't in these games.
I'm going to drop my score down to a 67.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're going to go. I think the recommended scores will be lower.
Chat, this is your chance.
The only way I see these being any why get these is if you're some reason you don't have these collections, but you don't have these games.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to share them, with somebody close to you, or maybe your kids.
For sure.
Hey, but yeah.
The score is 68%. Dark wins again.
All right, what did I say?
All right, Dark. All right.
Dark wins again.
Dark gets 2 ice creams.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
That's true. I will not argue that title.
That's true.
All right, one more.
One more. This time we end it with Sonic Origins, which again I have pulled up here. What is in this pack?
Okay.
To give you the full context. It's the second time you've done that. Nice. This pack. This is the one I'm gonna give you a blast from the past that has left your mind, and when I tell you this, you're going to go, "Why did they do this again?" This is the one that has the 5 different versions.
Oh yeah.
Each one has a different amount of stuff included with it. But it is. Oh I love it so much. I'm sorry, it's so dumb. It is Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
Okay. Just because of the way it's set up, I'm gonna give it 82. It may be higher than that, and there's some great Sonic stuff, and we've got some legitimate scores in here.
Yeah. Okay. 80.
It is stupid.
Is the score.
80? Okay.
80.
Okay, yeah, that's not surprising score, and that's in a way that kind of tells one because it is just like Dark says in the chat there. It's a stupid pricing system.
Yep.
To do it that way, but that does kind of tell you the resilience of Sonic. How it's, he might be stronger now than he has been since the '90s.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the best spot that Sonic's been in a long time.
I think 80s purely because of the multiple versions.
I think so too. I'm skipping some of the very obviously paid reviews, and I'm just reminding people those exist, but I'm skipping those to get to Game Informer says, while the music changes and audio mishaps are disappointing, the Sonic Origins package is terrific overall. Having the best versions of the classic Sonic saga in one bundle is supremely satisfying, and Anniversary Mode's enhancements make the experience of playing through them more enjoyable than ever before. Even in a gaming landscape where most of these games are already available to download on every platform, Sonic Origins is a worthwhile package.
Okay.
And then I want to read one more for you.
All right.
By Destructoid. And there's a reason we don't normally do Destructoid reviews, and after I read this one, you're going to know why. Slightly above average or simply inoffensive. Fans of the genre should enjoy them a bit, but a fair few will be left unfulfilled. That's the whole blurb.
Okay. I think the recommended score is going to be a little bit higher. I think it's going to be, I could be wrong. I don't like the sound of that, but I'm going to stick to my guns. So I will go at 85.
Fans of this thing might like it, but everybody else, you might as well not.
Yeah, I don't even. I can't. There's nothing I can really write. That's a dumb statement. It's like this is. Yeah.
People hate Sonic and Knuckles. Don't you know? Don't you know? People hate their favorite Sonic game.
I mean, come on. The Sonic fans made a movie studio trash millions of dollars of CGI.
Yep.
Don't mess with these people.
You ready?
Let's go for it.
Oh, I do need to breathe. That review, I've been waiting all night for that review.
Terrible.
The score is 75%.
Okay. Either just some crackpots, because that's not anywhere close to a reasonable review.
Right.
That last one you read. But yeah, just start tonight with two of them.
Yep.
The I don't know, man. One is a little bit weird because it's a collection.
Yep.
And the only thing for 75, what it would be the warning that I would give people is like, look, how much do you love Sonic?
Right.
But I guess the low one is just the games, right?
Yeah.
You get extra with what you're going up. So for the base, I think for the base price, what is the price on that low one?
And it pulled up still. Let me get back to it here. It is $39.99 for the basic package.
Yeah, that's still kind of high.
It is, but you're getting all of those games with the enhanced versions of them, the anniversary modes.
Yeah.
The boss rushes, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's I think that score should be much higher. So
I do think too. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm sorry.
Caveat, I'm just gonna say, even with the caveat that hey, I'm talking to Sonic fans.
Yeah. I do think too, though, there is a negative backlash against Sonic on the internet right now. With people that are mad that people like Sonic again because they just never liked Sonic, I guess. And you see that all the time. Twitter is on fire right now with the discussion of how do you pronounce Hydrocity. Is it Hydrocity or Hydrocity? And that's just a fine discussion, right? That's fine. But some people have taken that to go this is the problem with the Sonic fandom. And it's People are just trying to figure out how people said it. It's just a question.
Yeah.
Did you say Sandopolis as Sandopolis or Sandopolis? You said it as Sandopolis. I know.
If you don't like Sonic, take solace in the fact that Sega was defeated, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Nintendo won.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Your Mario movie's coming, and it won't have Charles Martinet as Mario.
Oh, that should be banned.
I agree.
I'm not for cancel culture or anything like that, but
how dare you replace him?
When it comes to the Mario movie,
yeah,
that is awful. Yeah, we got some ads up here. All right,
there's got to be a thing to let me know on this end when the ads are coming. There's got to be.
There might be some plug-in we can find.
Yeah,
see what we can do.
It tells me when the last ad was, which is like, thanks. That's helpful. I'll check after this. So yeah, hello Jeff Goldblum, nice. We'll move into the announcements.
All right.
And these are probably just going to be like...
You're just going to announce them. Yeah, go through
them. Yeah, because we don't have any information about any of them, really.
No.
Trigun is back! Trigun Stampede was announced. It's an anime project in the Trigun universe. We don't know anything else. I can't tell you if it's a prequel. I can't tell you if it's a sequel. I can't tell you what's going on with it. If it's a side story, none of us know. I assume based on the name, it'll have Vash in it because he's Vash the Stampede. But I'm hopeful. I'm excited. I love Trigun.
Yeah, just need more information.
Yeah, I just don't know anything. This literally was a, hey, we're making this. And everybody went, oh, what is it? Yeah. And they just walked out the door.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Then we got, for sure, we got Dragon's Dogma 2 was announced. And this literally was, hey, we're working on this. No footage, no.
No, but we did a reaction video.
We did.
To this announcement when they built up to it. And it was really good.
It was.
It was very humble. It was really interesting, and got into the thought process of what they did with the first game, and what the ideas are for what they're building off of.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of hope for the second game. It just didn't really tell me
anything.
Yeah. So
it was on a T-shirt.
Yeah, it was on a T-shirt. They did the T-shirt gag. Then we got FF7 stuff for the 25th anniversary. Ever Crisis got shown off. We finally got to see it. It is 100% being done up in the Final Fantasy 15 pocket kind of style, like a mix between that and the original FF7, but also seems to have Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core in there, which is cool. It's going to be for mobile phones. I'll play it. All right. I'm a sucker for that. That's all we know, though, really.
Yeah. And then
well, we're getting there, Dark. Crisis Core Reunion got announced, and this I'm really hyped for. Because it's just Crisis Core on current hardware.
Yes.
Thank you. You don't have to add anything to it. Just give me Crisis Core on current hardware.
And look, we also did a review to this. Their announcements that they made through all this. And there's I will say, I gotta say this. It still kind of strikes me how these are releasing.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna find like this game on everything.
Right.
You find
Ever Crisis just on mobile.
Yes, Ever Crisis just on mobile. You know. And the next one, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
That's the one that's just on PS5.
Right.
Yeah.
And I assume it'll come to everything else later, because in the same announcement, I didn't put it in the news, but in the same announcement, FF7, I just completely lost my mind. It's FF7, the last one was Remake, this one's Rebirth, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this one's Rebirth. FF7 Remake is coming to Steam.
Yes.
and theoretically to all other platforms at some point following that. And then FF7 Rebirth is coming out just for PS5.
Yeah, and then they're gonna announce something else soon.
Yeah,
as well. So
we don't know the name of that third game yet, but there will be a third game because it's going to be Remake, Rebirth, and then the third game.
Yeah.
Re. It looked good. I mean, I'm psyched for it, but again, I don't know where it starts. I mean, I know where it starts, I guess, but maybe unless they time skip. But I don't know where it ends of the original FF7 plot, so it's really hard to talk about it right now. We had a nice discussion about where it could end.
The end of Disc 2.
Yeah, right. But we'll see. And then the last of these announcements is a thing that I should be excited for, and I'm not. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is getting a 20-minute Nintendo Direct tomorrow that I don't want to watch. That game comes out in 2 weeks. I don't want to watch a 20-minute Nintendo Direct that's going to tell me story spoilers, that's going to show me late game gameplay. I want to play that game for myself.
Yeah. That's a little bit, I don't know. That is kind of like late. I don't know.
Yeah, if they'd done this 2 months ago, heck yeah. I watched the whole thing.
I wonder if they're offering, they're going to offer some more stuff.
It's possible.
The only thing I think of, I mean, there's no point. You're not going to put in anything new.
Well, they did this for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as well. And it literally was just 20 minutes of, hey, we're talking about how the gameplay works. We're talking about the story. We're introducing you to characters. Some of these characters you don't know are going to be your party members if you don't watch this Direct. But if you watch that Direct, you know they're going to be your party members.
It might be laziness, Dark. Might be greed.
Could be.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. With the gritted teeth that some of these studios have worked, that like the big three have worked together on.
Yeah.
To smile and grit their teeth and share things, and then also this need for exclusivity.
Yeah.
And if
I don't know.
I don't want to. YouTube is just if you're part of this world, this society where YouTube and things like that are you kind of get information. There's so many collaborations that I think sometimes doing that almost works against the company in a weird way.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that in a little bit with a different game.
Yeah.
But no, it's really weird to me to go, hey, we're about to release this game. Here's 20 minutes of spoilers.
Well, they had some money left over in the budget. They need to do something with it. They'll film that.
Don't expect a reaction from me on that one, because this is one of the few games I was actually super looking forward to this year. Why would I spoil myself right before it comes out? The music's going to be amazing, though. I just know it. The music's going to be amazing because it's fun. No. Let's move into the news. And we're going to start with kind of an unfortunate story. Tony Hawk did a stream this last week. And in that stream, he got asked about Pro Skater 3 and 4 remakes. And he goes on to talk about how, unfortunately, because of decisions made by Activision, Pro Skater 3 and 4 Remake were not only being planned, but Vicarious Visions was excited to work on them. And then Activision started to close them down suddenly, like they have done so many others after they made a successful remake. And then was sold into the company that shall not be named.
Yep. Which
then canned the project because of course it did. Activision went, well, we can't make it without Vicarious Visions, even though we're the ones who sold them to that company. So I guess we'll just drop the project too, and now the company that shall not be named has them working on Overwatch 2 skins.
Oh my God.
We could have had Pro Skater 3 and 4 remakes.
I know. It's just how just back Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The just how it's just slimy.
Yep.
Because the way you're explaining that, how they did it, and the way he's going it, that sounds like they did it in a corporate way to make it
Mhm.
legal to shut them down.
Yeah.
Not a necessity way,
Right.
which you still might have to go through certain things, but it's just man. Oh,
And for Activision to then go, well, we can't make it without them. It's like, you're the ones who sold them. What do you mean?
yeah, yeah. It just just a trash company, and really,
Yeah, it is.
Like, again, and they're not. There has been nothing I have seen from this pile of flaming garbage of a company,
Yeah.
even remotely, really trying to go to fix the issues.
Oh yeah, no. They had an internal investigation the other day and said that they had fixed all the problems.
Yeah, the flaming pile of trash let everybody know that it wasn't a flame on fire.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all watching it burn, but hey, it doesn't think it's on fire, so yeah, I mean, look, if we're just gonna hit them here, what is going on with O2? Right? What is that? Hey, we have a new character, but our maps are the same. The character uses the same framework as other characters. The PvE mode's been pushed back 2 years.
Okay. Let's talk about we'll talk about a couple of games, put some stuff in perspective, all right? And I realize Diablo 3,
right.
First 24 hours, $210 million sales.
Yeah.
Went on to a ridiculous one. I'll read that in just a second. They're bragging, or they're trying to brag and spin Diablo Immortal for $24 million.
Yeah.
And look, there's tens of thousands that have come from YouTubers.
Right.
Including 16,000 that came from one.
Yep. I have some thoughts about that.
Holy cow. And just to prove how bad it is.
Well,
exactly.
He then broke it
so bad.
He then broke the gym.
Yes.
And it's
broke it and deleted his account.
That doesn't prove to them they messed up though, because you still gave them $16,000.
Right, but he had the ability to do that. He had the money to do that, and he did that. And at the end of it, he was talking to his viewers.
Right.
This is how stupid this game. This is how wrong and stupid.
I agree, and his viewers won't support it, but
no. And it got a lot of attention. I realized, man, $16,000 could do a lot of good in a lot of other places.
Yeah.
No, I don't. And look, I've seen some footage of the next one.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look bad. It looks good.
Right.
But no.
Yeah.
No. And this is just what a debauched and look. I'm not going to judge you for much. But this is they're beyond.
Yeah. Well, I want to sit here on my high step, my high chair, and say, hey, high chair makes me sound like a baby. On my high seat and say, hey, this is the company that took StarCraft 2 out and killed it. This is the company that had so many great ideas and killed them. But I don't even care about that stuff anymore because I care about what they did to their people. Like, that's so much more above to me of, like, what is wrong with you?
It's a game, sir. Game. Oh, I'm gonna run it back over this.
Yeah.
I want to give it.
It's due.
All comments fair due. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. What is that place like? Yeah. Yeah. That's oh crap. That is the same argument in that kind of a way that we saw what happened. I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings. We saw what happened with the Hobbit movie, right?
Yep.
All the production company cared about was the IP.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care about the story or anything. They tore it apart.
Right.
And it's the same thing. You're exactly right. They don't care. These small studios put their heart and soul into a game to make a piece of art. Well, you like video games or not, they are art.
Right, they are.
Okay. And then somebody with just a profit margin mindset will take it and worry more about the quantity on the game than the quality of the game, right?
Well, it's what makes the stuff with the new Dead Space so upsetting is that Visceral is having to watch somebody take their game and make a new one of it because they're not allowed to make it anymore.
Right.
It's just like it's heartbreaking to think, hey, no, we made this. This was our idea, and because we didn't own the idea because we worked for somebody else, they got to do whatever they wanted with it.
Yeah, and that rights and all that. I mean, going through another company we can't talk about right now.
Yeah.
They're dealing with on some content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's messed up. It's dumb.
Yeah.
I was literally working on a video, like workshopping a video. I was laying out the script for a video this week of why mecha anime isn't dead, and I realized I couldn't use footage because of this thing we're not allowed to talk about. And it's like, yeah, what's the point of making that video then? It's just, why are we hamstringing people? Let people make their own art.
Yeah. Well, laziness was mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there seems to be laziness in that system, but that's we may be getting close to a line there. Maybe we should move on to the next one.
Yeah. Let's hit this next one, which is it's good news, but it does kind of tie into what we were talking about people not having a bunch of freedom with how things go. Fall Guy has gone free to play. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, that is.
Yeah.
And that's cool. The studio seems really hyped for it. They have been on record and said that they lost out on a lot of sales because of the deal they made with Sony for PlayStation Plus. Because the game was free on there for a long time. And it really feels like they kind of have to go free to play. But it's the kind of game that I think will actually do better free to play. Because more people will be open to try it that wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah. Nobody's got it right yet. I think there are a lot of different games that come close. I mean, obviously, there's going to be stuff you're going to have to buy. They have to make money,
right?
And so really, let's see how their pay system comes out. Or a lot of games, I wonder if they balance it out with, hey, you can earn everything in game,
right? Or you can buy crowns to be able to get that Godzilla costume that we know you want.
Yeah. So
it's not a new game. It is the same old game. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout.
Yeah, it's the same old game. I'm just wondering, they're going to have to balance their pay, get their pay scheme, how they're going to make their money. They have to figure that out. Do they just go play it safe?
Right.
Just go, hey, it's just cosmetics. We got all these suits we can put on, all these ways you can make things look.
Mm-hmm. They did announce that there would be some new maps coming out with it, and there'd be some new stuff coming. But there are people that are excited for this change and people that are not. And the big thing is, you had to either earn crowns by playing to buy costumes or spend money. The new change is going to be you can only get costumes by spending money. And on one hand, that kind of sucks, right? Because you can't just earn costumes now. But on the other hand, it also means this game will be a lot less competitive for a lot of people than it was.
True.
So it could be good in the long run for the life of the game, even though I think it's going to push people away in the short term.
It may. But yeah, I hope it holds up. Because if you're just saying, hey, if you want to be original, then you're going to pay some money. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because you're not, because then you still leave it down to some the game is still there for mechanics and skill,
Right.
and
And
work.
I have a full list of the new ads here that they're adding to it. Hexaring, Volley Fall, Speed Circuit, Track Attack, Bounce Party, the Swiveler, and Blast Ball for levels. 7 new levels. That's pretty good. Voice chat when you're in a party with friends on console and PC. New shows added to the custom shows. Custom shows can now be played with as little as 2 players. That's like custom games, right? New ranks. You can view your crown progression on a separate screen. You don't have to be in the game to be able to view it now. Weekly and marathon challenges. New season pass. Everybody automatically gets access to half the season pass now, whether they pay money or not. New store layout. And then an auto grab feature to be able to automatically grab ledges. So, if you're into Fall Guys, it's good stuff.
It is. It doesn't sound like it's too bad, really. And yeah, I love the games where you're going to have to grind a lot if you want to get everything and not pay a penny.
That was For Honor, which required over 400 hours to be able to unlock all of one faction's if you just played it in the game. And there's 3 factions.
Yeah, that's a long time for us. Yeah. Okay. Lord of the Rings has got that concept, and you can get a lot of stuff actually pretty quick, but to really top out, and you don't want to spend the money. You're gonna be doing hours and hours of grinding.
That's true. You could have bought everything with a few $1,000s. Yeah, that's a good point. Guild Wars has a weird angle on it where there is a cash shop, but there's no subscription, and you can turn in-game gold into gems to use in the cash shop.
That's pretty neat.
So if you just play the game a lot, you'll have more than enough gold to... Because the daily that you do every day gives you 2 gold for free on top of anything else that you sell or anything like that. So it's a weird way to do it. I kind of like it.
Yeah. All right.
Next up on our news. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was going to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft has confirmed there is a controller shortage.
I have mine. I have mine.
At 6,200 hours. That's fair.
It's not too surprising.
Yeah.
I've
seen people that are shocked by this because there are more graphics cards on the shelves now, and so people are like, well, then everything's coming back to normal. It's like, no, this is just a different part now that is hard to get.
Yeah, no, they had all the components for the graphic card. They had them sitting there ready to go, just not the chips. So yeah, this is a different thing. It's a much different thing.
So this is a different subset of it that has led to Microsoft confirming that for the last 19 months, they haven't really been able to make controllers.
Yeah.
And I guess that just goes to show how many they had stocked.
Well, not only that, but if you remember, if you play Xbox a lot, you would constantly get those on your feed up there, which says your game's up. They would always have a thing for design your own controller.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that hadn't been up there.
Right.
Or it hadn't been up on mine.
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
Now I know why.
Right. It's worse in the EU than it is in other parts of the world. Stock-wise, they have completely shut down the Xbox Design Lab in the EU. You can get an Xbox Design Lab in the US and Australia if you are willing to pay extra. What's that? I'm sorry.
This might actually be Putin's fault then.
It could be. If you're willing to pay extra, you can still use the Design Lab. But realistically, Microsoft recommends that you just check secondhand shops.
Which is a weird turnaround for...
It sure is. From, hey, don't share your games with each other.
Shut down Game Exchange and GameStop and some others.
It turns out maybe we needed those all along, huh?
Wow. Wow.
Next up, we have some good news for people that love this game. Raft has left early access. This is a game that I've played a handful of different times on the channel over the years. It's one of the few survival games that I really enjoy. And the reason why this is big news to me is that it came out in early access in 2016.
Yeah.
So it's been in early access for 6 years now, and it's finally getting a full release.
It seems to me though that this game was almost like built almost like an experiment.
Yeah.
You know, like this is not the game that they were planning.
Right.
They were using this to get ready for a game that they were planning.
Well,
Does that make sense?
It does, and it also felt like Raft really benefited from the early access setup more than most games because the mystery was slowly becoming unveiled every year when a new update dropped. Of hey, here's a new island, here's a new structure where you get more of what happened. And now that it's going to be finished, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna be able to go back and get my story update every year, but
like. I didn't say what kind of experiment.
They do have some stuff around the update here, which is new destinations such as Varuna Point, sunken towers of some rich people, a snow-covered area, and they show an image of a character on a snowmobile. I'm assuming you can craft a snowmobile.
Okay.
They're also overhauling the way the story works so that it's easier to get a full continuous story out of it. More streamlined. There's new enemies, like an anglerfish and a crab, as well as polar bears and hyenas.
A lot of different environments.
Yeah. And then they also introduce a couple more survivors that you can find to help you run your raft, trading posts, bunch of new items. It is going to be a very different game, I think. And even vending machines. So, they aren't enemies, they're cuddle buddies. That's true. So,
I don't know. You seen the way they choose to kill things? No, I'm just gonna bite the testicles off and let it bleed to death.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Yeah. No. Cackling little maniacs. which doesn't say they're not cute.
Right.
But.
Children are also cackling little maniacs, and they can be cute.
What is it? Is it a pack of hyenas?
Yeah, it's a pack.
Okay.
Not a caribou, so you're safe. It really should have a different name, though. Like, ravens get to be a murder of crows. Dragons get to be a thunder. Hyenas should have something special, like a comedy of hyenas.
Pride of lions. A flamboyance of flamingos.
Yeah.
A migraine of children.
Yes. 100%.
There's a few good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should get something special. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep thinking about that one, see what I can come up with. You know what we can't come up with?
Money?
A cackle of hyenas is very good. That's very good.
Cackle of hyenas, that's what it will be from now on.
We can't come up with a game of Heroes of Newerth because it is shut down.
Shut down.
12 years this game was up.
It left
12 years.
It left tens of people heartbroken.
Yeah. Unironically, like that's the worst part is, that's why it shut down, There was just no reason to keep it up. It was one of the old school MOBAs. You had, back in the day, you had Dota, which came off of Warcraft 3, and then Heroes of Newerth, which was the Dota to Dota's Warcraft 3, right? And then Dota 2 came out, and then League of Legends came out, which was the mainline MOBA. And so then Heroes of Newerth, unfortunately, had to fall into the crack of it was the less popular of the three.
Yeah.
And it stayed that way. But I know for sure at least one person that will be sad about this, which is my girlfriend who was trying to convince me to play Heroes of Newerth again the other day. About that.
Yeah. Oh darn!
So
The server shut down. Can't get
I
to
can't
it.
install it. I'm sorry.
Man,
It is
golly.
really fascinating though when you look back at the history of how these MOBAs worked. That Heroes of
Yeah.
Newerth at one point was the biggest one.
Mhm.
It was the best one until Dota 2 came out. And then Dota 2 was the best one until League of Legends came out. And League of Legends has always been above Dota 2, but Dota 2 is kept right up, like right behind it. And Heroes of Newerth just fell away.
Yeah.
So it is unfortunate.
Love or hate League of Legends, their marketing, which caveat, marketing is evil.
Yeah.
But their marketing team is genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you get an anime or you get a cartoon, I should
Right.
say. Oh, ad! I got another ad for
ad
wait,
time
what is
again.
this? All right. The something from Paramount Plus, but the
Paramount.
yeah, when you get a cartoon out of that and you get a big push out of what you're doing, man, that's because like you say, they're not doing anything new.
Right.
There's been others that they're standing on.
Yeah.
It's just the way it's packaged.
Yeah.
That's it, and it's much better. So
Dota is the one that everybody thinks is the most popular one for sure. And I get why, right? Dota has the one big tournament every year. Dota has the Dota International. And it's like got that big tournament. But there's a reason League of Legends has 4 tournaments a year.
Yeah. Dota also wins the meme war.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of all of them. So there's
For
more
sure.
Dota memes than
Yeah.
any of these ones.
That's Han. Han has unfortunately left us as well. But as we say goodbye to Han, we get a resurgence of Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, not surprised at all. That was an excellent announcement. Made me hype about the first game before they even mentioned the second game.
Right. And not only has it hit a new peak, because of this peak, it's gone on sale for $5 on Steam. Like, hey, if you want to play it, here you go, you know?
Nice.
The last time it had reached a peak player on Steam, it had 6,500 players, and that was in February of 2016.
Oh.
2 days ago, it hit 6,582 players.
Wow.
So it beat its record from when it released, which
Yeah.
just tells you how good that trailer was. Or not trailer, how good that 10 Years of Dragon's Dogma was.
Yes. Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Everybody who's like, what do you mean released? 10 years ago, you said. But no, 2016 was when Dark Arisen came out, which was the DLC. And it's a separate executable on Steam. So that's why it's counted separately. But
fair enough. Fair enough.
Pretty
That's
crazy.
pretty cool, man. And I'm sure I would predict that's going to stay at good numbers
Yeah.
for a little while longer.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool.
Also, since we're talking about Dragon's Dogma, there is a full new. The modders have returned to make that game even better, and there is now a mod that one of the things about that game is that when you level, depending on what class you're in, you get stat bonuses to those stats that your class is relegated to, and you don't for the others. And it means that you kind of have to hop around in classes to be able to get your stats where you want them to be. There's a mod that lets you just get max stat growths no matter what class you're playing. And means that you can just switch classes on the fly with no problems.
That's pretty sick.
I kind of want to try that. Because you kind of do get locked into one thing towards the end, where, oh, hey, I kind of jumped around a little bit, and I have decent magic, and I have decent endurance, but my strength is my best stat, so I should probably play a martial class.
Yeah.
So, Dragon's Dogma, great game.
Very cool.
Maybe it's time to make it right.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's all the news we have for this week. So as usual, we'll throw it over to Rundgren's Corner.
All right. First, we'll say happy birthday to Brandon Flowers of the Killers.
Happy birthday.
If you know the song Mr. Brightshot, I'm sure he'll watch this at some point. So we'll say happy birthday to you, sir. All right. So this is kind of weird. Everybody's had a computer for any good length of time and have gone through different systems, different operating systems like that. You probably at some point in time you ran into a virus, right?
Oh, for sure.
You got a virus. You have to wipe the computer.
Thank you.
There's different kinds. Obviously now there's you've got your malware that you scan for all the time and all this other stuff. And one of the most directed, I guess, is ransomware.
Yeah.
Where they lock down your files and you pay to have them unlocked. And one of the reasons it is because it works. In July of 2020, CWT Global, which is a trusted travel service company, paid $4.5 million in Bitcoin for 2 terabytes of data.
Wow.
To be restored, so they could get access back to it.
Wow.
Right. So there's a new ransomware going around, and I will tell you, they don't like most governments and most enforcement things. You don't know how to handle it.
Right.
A lot of times it works. It won't get advertised.
Yeah.
But it probably hit closer to you than you think. That some organization around you has had to pay off to get through that. But now there's another one coming out, and this is this one's called Goodwill.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm going to read, when you get this bug, I'm going to read or if you get this virus, this ransomware, it's going to encrypt your files. And when you boot up, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see a picture, and it's going to say, our aim. The word goodwill means to show kindness. Now I'm going to read it's written in bad English, and that's more than likely on purpose. It says, story. Team Goodwill is not hungry of money and wealth, but kindness. We want to make every person on the planet to be kind and wants to give them a hard lesson to always help poor and needy people. So all our victims, they acknowledge their victims, need to be gentle and kind to get their files back. We know that you are very excited for the play. Take deep breath and look all around for those who needs help. You, exclamation point. No way. The only way to help yourself is to help others. Hope you understand. I think I can cover it on fires. And they give things these people got to do if you get it. So the note comes up with that, right? So these are the activities. You get 3 activities you have to complete to regain your files.
Okay.
So I'm going to read this off to you right here. So it says activity 1 equals goodwill. 1, what to do. That we all know thousands of people die due to sleeping on the roadside in the cold because they do not have clothes to cover their body. So your first task is to provide new clothes, blankets to needy people on roadside and make video of this event. Later, post this photo to your Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp stories by using photo frame provided by us and others to do the same. Okay?
Okay.
Take a screenshot of your post and then you got to email it. And then they're going to verify it. Then you got to do a second thing. After you've done the first activity. Okay?
Okay.
Scroll down a little bit. Yeah. So if you've done that and they say that's good, you can do your second one. And that is, starts out, thousands of poor children have to sleep hungry in the long, cold nights because those ill-fated people have no luxury to have dinner every night in this cruel world. You cannot feed them food for life, but you can give them 2 moments of happiness. So this is what you got to do. So in the evening, you got to pick 5 poor children under the age of 13, so in the neighborhood, and take them to Domino's, Pizza Hut, or KFC.
Okay.
You let them order whatever they want. It says treat your kids as your younger brothers, which I think might be a little bit giveaway for me of where this might be coming out of.
Right.
Broken English, but that's another thing. It says take some selfies, make a beautiful video story, and then post it again. And then you're going to have to email it, and they'll verify it.
It for sure can be, Faith. It for sure can be.
And then, yes, it can. Then after completing the second task, so say you have to provide financial assistance to someone who requires urgent medical attention but cannot afford it. And then once you've completed those 3 tasks and they've verified, they'll send you the decryption kit with a video tool that shows you how to recover your files.
Huh.
Well, that's kind of this is not a cool thing.
No.
I understand
what they're going for, but
yeah.
As has been pointed out, if I go take 5 children from the neighborhood into my car to take them to KFC, Domino's, or Pizza Hut, I might not be able to complete the next task because I might be in prison.
No joke. It's kind of set up. And I got this from beinspired.global.
Yeah.
This story. And like this is kind of, you can disrupt a lot of things. I mean, even if you're even on the best targeting of who might be able to pull this off.
Right.
Disruption you can cause can really affect other people that may not be able to go to work because of what you've done, what you've locked down.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So there's a list here at the end of this, and this is from, like I said, beinspired.global.
Yeah.
And so these are some things these are 15 things that they advise instead of building ransomware.
Yeah.
Receive permission and plant a tree in a local park.
Yeah.
Hey, if someone has fewer items than you, let them go first in line.
Sure.
Instead of speeding up, slow down to let another driver merge into your lane.
That's just
if
the right thing
trash
to do.
on the street, pick it up. Leave a bigger tip than usual if you can, regardless of the service. Take treats to your local fire and police stations or EMS service provider. Write a letter to someone you haven't seen in a while. Purchase a gift card for coffee that you can hand to a random person you meet that day. Buy a warm meal for somebody who looks hungry. Smile at someone when you pass them. Participate in a charity event to help raise money for a good cause. Offer an honest compliment without expecting anything in return. Purchase flowers, then hand them out to those living at a local nursing home. Pay for the meal of someone behind you without drawing attention to yourself. Donate unwanted or unused clothing and blankets to local emergency shelters. And those sound a lot more feasible.
Yeah.
And easy to do. Remember, you don't have to build ransomware to make the world a better place. Small things do matter.
Also, just to point out there, yes, some of that stuff is expensive, and your mileage may vary on what you can and cannot afford to do. Some of those things are free.
Some of those things are free, yeah. So I wanted to throw out the list there at the end of that. It was just a really weird thing to set up, right? Yeah. Like this stiff arming, stiff arm morality. I don't know how to it's really weird. It's
again, much like every time something like this comes up, which is not often, but when it does, all I can think about is Constantine going, "You're gonna do what I say and convert to my religion, or you're gonna die." But doesn't your religion teach being good to people? How did you work this out in your head?
I don't want people to really understand what that means.
Yeah.
So
it would be. Well,
yeah,
I just don't get it.
It was kind of a strange story that kind of just struck me.
Like when Robin Hood does the good thing, right? He steals from the rich to give to the poor. He's not stealing from the rich that are barely making it by and are just pretending to be rich. He's stealing from the legitimately rich. Because they're stealing from the poor to get rich.
Right. The corruption there. And maybe, like I said, but because of the way corruption is tied into so many things, even targeting it, you're going to hurt. It seems like it's just too many risks. You're going to hurt people that don't.
Yeah.
There's
a bunch that don't follow that rule that you just said. I'm sorry, but there's a bunch that don't. Yeah, no, I don't understand this mindset of, hey, I'm gonna do this thing to make you do good things.
Yeah.
But
No,
in doing it, I'm gonna do bad things.
You can't force that.
You need to be better, but I'm not gonna try and be better.
Right. Right.
What?
Yeah, it seems like the amount of work that would take, especially if you're not just randomly throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Right. Just throwing a net, trying to catch anybody.
That's so much.
Yeah. I think there's other ways you could spend your time.
Well, there's the comment. Loved Heroes of Newerth. Yes. It is gone. I'm sorry.
Going.
But we still have League of Legends, right?
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, nothing I can think of, but I suppose now is a good time for plugs.
All right. What you got?
Well, I want to plug. Pull the video back up so I can get the name right here. League of Legends is not going to go away. That is here to stay. I want to plug my boy. I say my boy. He doesn't know I exist. Danny Gonzalez.
Okay.
Who makes weird content every time, but he made a song called "I Ghosted Kevin Jonas" that has been stuck in my head since it came out, and it's just complete nonsense. So go check out Danny's channel if you don't already, because it's pretty great. And while we're plugging musicians, let me also go ahead and plug this musician that I know named Rundgren. Who makes some pretty great music as well.
Occasion. Yeah, I tried to.
One of which is still in the back of my head at all times, which is Old Friend of Memories. I've said many times. I love that song.
Very nice. Speaking of songs, we've got a challenge that may be coming up. I got a song about Fallout. I want to see what people think about it. So look for that on the Full Spectrum.
Yeah.
Channel.
Very excited. Don't forget, of course, we'll be back Thursday for the D&D podcast. And then Monday, Rundgren will be here with Mmo Mondays. That'll be same time, 7 o'clock, CT. And then next Tuesday's podcast will be later than normal because I have work. And then next Thursday's podcast, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be going out of town. So.
All right. So we'll figure out what we're doing closer to then.
So just keep that in mind. Work, what's that? Yeah. It's gonna be some fun stuff, but I'm excited. I don't go out of town very often, so although I guess I have now more in the last year than I have. But we'll see how things go. But got some fun videos coming up, hopefully. Again, I really wanted to make that Why Mecha Anime Isn't Dead video, but I can't use any anime in it, so.
See you later, Will. You have a good night.
Later, Will. We'll get it figured out, but.
Yes.
Anyway, with all that said, I've been Trey.
I've been Rundgren.
We've been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that life has to offer. I forgot to say the word podcast, but I'm hitting stop streaming now anyway.